Wonderful. Emory Cohen. I'm Anthony Marcusa with We Got This Covered. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
This is your first love story, as
Yes,
it were,
sir.
on film.
Yes.
What's the mixture of nerves and excitement when you approach a love story for the first time?
It's the nerves are in the being able to deliver as a proper professional and do good work. The excitement was, for me personally, was that whenever I work on a character or film, I feel like I learn more about myself through empathy, through having to empathize with the situation. And that idea of love, obviously I've been in love before, but that idea of it was something that I wanted to explore more and be able to empathize with. And that was where my excitement was getting to build those worlds and figure things out, you know.
So what was it that you learned, looking back on the whole film?
Well, to be quite frank, there are times that, I think we can all kind of judge ourselves a lot. And I was going through a period where I didn't think that I was the greatest person. And I remember realizing that I wasn't a bad guy on the movie. Legitimately, I had a meltdown where I started doing some daydreaming, which is part of how I prepare. And I had this meltdown. I was crying my eyes out, and I was in LA at the time. And I couldn't work that day. It wasn't on production, it was in rehearsals. And what it was I was daydreaming about taking my family and all my friends to the beach of Coney Island and giving them a day out there, and really as a person having this realization that that's a good thing that I want to do, and that I have those feelings a lot of wanting to do good things for the people that I care about. And yeah, that was a day, man. That was a day, for sure.
And then then what happens the next day? Do you feel just like, was it a cathartic moment? Are you rejuvenated? Are you ready to go? Or is it more of a slow and steady?
I'm always a little raw. I have a meltdown every pre-production. There's a meltdown. It comes from fatigue. It comes from overworking. It comes from going too far into certain things that you need to leave alone. And the next day you're raw. Sometimes I take 2 days off. I'm not good at taking days off. I get very anxious. I hate doing it. I feel like I'm letting everyone down. But you get back into it. You ease back into it. And I work with a coach who's known me since I was about 20 years old, so about 5 years now. So he knows me. He's seen me train. We train with the same teacher, but he did much, much earlier than I did. And so he knows how I react, and so I always look to him. I call him every time that happens, and we talk, and that's always a good way to handle it.
Well, if it happens, every time, it seems like you've got maybe a rhythm, even if it's maybe a little bothersome.
Yeah.
And it seemed to have worked because you have a connection. I mean, there's chemistry with Saoirse in the film.
Yeah.
And so how did that develop? How did that spark and that connection?
I mean, a lot of it was just going in. I mean, I just knew she was a brilliant actress, and then meeting her, and she's an incredible person. And a lot of it was just simply admiration. And I was very nervous around her. I was very shy, and I let myself be as well because of Tony, And we kind of just took it on inherently. We just kind of took on those little worlds that we were in, and she would jib at me and all that, and I'd be quiet and all that. And she's great, though. She's lovely.